So we're only a couple of days out from the election, and well, we have to really wait and see what happens. Of course, they're not going to call it that night. They're going to, the Democrats and the Uniparty will attempt to cheat. So it may be several days after that. What we're all hoping for is that the landslide for Trump is so big that they won't be able to cheat. So we're hoping that. However, don't put it past them to cheat so brazenly as to flip the results, and everybody knows that Trump won, but they're going to wait a week or two, keep dumping ballots, and say, oh, Trump lost Pennsylvania by 50 votes or something like that. I've been saying this before, in that this early voting, if the Republicans are voting early, the Democrats are going to better be able to prepare about how much they need to cheat by after Election Day. So keep that in mind. But it actually makes a lot of sense that they would cheat very brazenly this election cycle. Number one, they got away with it in 2020. So if you study any criminal psychology, this is basic criminal psychology, and that is when somebody gets away with something, they expect to get away with it again. And oftentimes, the act becomes more and more brazen. Second, they cannot afford to lose power, okay? Trump knows what's up. Now, this is assuming that he's not, an agent. It's assuming that he's not controlled opposition. He knows what's up. He knows how the system works, and he's got a plan to counter that. So it ain't like last time when the establishment had the insurance policy of Mike Pence. This time around, he's got Vance, and Vance is, he knows what's going on as well. And he wants Elon Musk on his team. He's going to have people on his team that are not going to put up with the swamp, if you will. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But the system knows that. The system cannot afford to lose at even in their best case scenario. They cannot afford to wait, have put their agenda on hold for another 4 years, right? They can't afford to do that. So they're just simply not going to allow Trump to be in office. Well, the easiest way for them to do that is to cheat brazenly. Third, that fulfills one of their agendas, and that is they really want to piss off the MAGA movement. They really do. Even if they've been gaslighting, they have a history of gaslighting, they have a history of cheating, they have a history of provoking violence in the name of Trump's movement. So if they piss them off, what they want to do is get the MAGA movement to start a civil war or start some kind of rebellion so they can label them terrorists. So that would give them a good excuse. They could say, well, yes, sure, they cheated, but, nobody had the right to do anything about it, right? So there's that. So those are three good points to show you that they're not going to allow Trump to just waltz into the White House. I've been saying this for a long time. The Patriot movement, or whatever you want to call it, needed to take back the states. It's very important. They need to take back the states. They've done this a little bit, but it's not enough. They need to get into office in these states, even if it is, county commissioner. They need to get involved politically a lot more. And they need to do this when Trump's in office. Trump is just one person. He's not, by himself, he is not going to save you, okay? They could very well assassinate the entire Trump administration and put somebody like Mike Johnson, as president. The Patriots need to get more politically active. Voting is fantastic, but it's not enough. And, there's this idea that I think the problem is things are relatively good. And they're not really bad enough where people are going to be more focused on taking action. But that's where they need to be. And what you don't want to do is wait until it's too late. When people that don't agree with the government or the uniparty start getting rounded up, because that's where this is going. I've studied history. I know what's happened to people who were anti-communist in the Soviet Union or who were Jewish in Nazi Germany, and this follows a pattern of persecution. I think this time, I don't think it's going to work so well here in America, but that's where things are going. And you want to get focused and you want to get more politically active than what most people are. Like I said, just voting. Trump by himself is not going to save you. All right. So you definitely want to get more politically active. You're going to wish you did. You're going to wish you took back the states, when I think there's a very good chance there's going to be all kinds of fraud in a couple of days from now. So again, we'll wait and see what happens. Let's hope that Trump gets into office, but there's no guarantees of that.